Hi everyone, it's Karen here from tuppenscolour.co.uk. Thank you for joining me. This is the project that I'm working on today. It's a little gift bag which folds flat when it's not in use. So you could make up a whole lot of them and you could just put them in a drawer and just pull them out when you needed them. I've sized this to hold a bottle of perfume oil, but it would be a good size for, I don't know, a large lipstick or a bottle of perfume, whatever you've got that you want to gift to anybody really. Very, very simple project to make, so if you stick with me, I'll show you how I did it. I've got a piece of Blackberry Bliss DSP which I've cut to 3 inches by 9 3/4 of an inch, and I'm going to score it long ways at 3/4 of an inch and again at 2 1/4 inches. And I'm going to take those markers out because I keep confusing myself when I leave them in. So now I'm going to turn my paper and I'm going to score at the 3 3/4 mark, 5 1/4, and again at 9 inches. And on this side I'm going to make a little mark on the 3/4 inch line that I previously scored, just at 3 inches, just at the corner there, and the same at 6 inches. And then I'm going to turn the paper over and I'm going to make marks on the other side, because I now want to join that mark there where the horizontal and vertical lines cross with the little marks that I just made on the outer edges, and I'm going from the outside to the inside. So just with my embossing tool, I'm just going to come in and make that mark. I know it's not all that easy to see on this paper, but I will put a diagram on my blog, I promise. In fact, I can't see where that line is. But, now I'm going to come in and I'm going to burnish all the lines I've made. Right, so next step is the adhesive. So I'm just going to run it up the short side, and I'm just using ordinary snail because this is paper. It doesn't need to be super strong, it just needs to hold it together. Now when I put my thumbs in and fold out, there's my little tray at the bottom to hold my bottle, and that will come over the top like that. Alright, here's my little bag, and here's my bottle of oil, and as you can see it's not very secure, so we need a little bit of something extra just to hold that in place before we give it to the lucky recipient. So we're going to make a little stand, and I have another piece of the same designer series paper, and I've cut a 3 inch square, and I'm just going to score at 3/4 of an inch on all 4 sides, just as simple as that. Finished with that. And you're just going to chop out the tabs here. the reverse side of the DSP. Well, it's up to you really whether you prefer the flowers or the stripes, and usually I prefer the flowers, but today, I don't know, it just worked better with the stripes. Okay, so that's going to make my my little container, and with a bit of trial and error, I have discovered that a 1-inch circle punch is just the right size. A 1-inch circle is just the right size to hold this bottle. It's a snug fit. It is an exact snug fit, but it does work. So I've cut a piece, a 1-inch piece. I've punched out a 1-inch circle out of a bit of scrap paper. My teeth are not working today. A bit of snail, and I'm going to just kind of centre that best I can onto my square of paper. Is that right? Is that okay? Close enough. Alright. Now, these are the bits that are going to fold underneath. So I want to leave those as they are. So I'm going to come in with my circle punch from one of these sides. So these are the sides which have the flaps attached to them. And it's not quite, my punch isn't quite long enough to go all the way in, so I'm folding one edge over. Okay, so it is going to nick it, but it's not going to show when it's finished. So I'm lining up my punch, and there I've got my circle, and I've also got a half circle out of that, but that's not going to matter. So again, in with the snail. And snail is fine for this. You can use fast fuse or tearing tape or whatever you really want to use. Doesn't really matter, but snail is absolutely fine. So let's just make the stand. Alright, and I'm back in with my bag. And if you were making a few of these, or you're making them up ahead of time, you can store this flat. It'll store like that, it'll sit there and it'll be perfectly happy. Now, because I'm I'm going to be completing this one, I am going to put a bit of adhesive onto these pieces here. So I'm putting one there, one there, one there, one there. I'm going to use glue dots, just for speed. And again, you use whatever works best for you. There are no adhesive police. Okay, nobody is going to come round and say you should have used glue dots and you've used liquid glue. Okay, just whatever you've got at hand, whatever works for you. I like glue dots because they're instant and they're quick, and they basically do what they say in the tin, they hold things down. Okay, so I'm just going to press those in place, and this is now going to come and sit inside of them there with a little bit of wiggling. And it is a snug fit, and that's absolutely fine. Right, and just to prove it that way so you can see, that sits inside there and it's now nice and firm, it's not going anywhere. Right, so about one. Oh, and look at that. How's that for a match? I completely planned that. Yeah, right. And again, just a little bit of something just to hold it in place. And I'm going to match it up because it was so effective. Okay, so all I have to do now is to do some embellishments. To finish the bag, I wanted a ribbon to go all the way around the bag, and we've got some lovely in-colour ribbons that that go with the Blackberry Bliss, but they're on a very vanilla kind of colour background, and the background to this is Whisper White, so I wanted something that was Whisper White. And what I came up with was the jute ribbon, but again wasn't perfect because the jute ribbon it's too wide for this. You wouldn't see any of the paper underneath. So I thought, well, what would happen if I took the jute ribbon and I just split it down the middle, and it worked. That's what I got. So I cut my jute ribbon down to down to, what's that, about 3/4 of an inch or an inch? Let me see. That's just under an inch. Cut myself a length of it, went all down the middle, and that's what I got. So that is how I'm going to decorate my back. So I just cut myself a length of that, cut that away, and I'm just gonna hold that in place with a staple just for the moment, just to stop it from flying off everywhere. So I thought that looked rather nice. I'm just gonna trim off my ends in opposite directions. So that looks quite nice. Right, so to finish it off, put sentiment on it. I've got stamped our note tag punch with Just For You, which is from this set, which is called Work of Art, and I've used Just For and You out of that set. And I've got, where's it gone? Here it is. Piece of Blackberry Bliss card and the note tag punch. Okay, and I'm going to stick those together. I could have used dimensionals for this, but I left them on the other side of the room, so hey ho. It's not a mistake, it's a change of design direction. Just going to line those up, and I've got a 1/8 of an inch hole punch here. Oops. It moved apart. I did not want that to happen, but never mind. And again, this is the leftover bit of the jute ribbon, and you can pull it apart into strings, and it's quite strong. So we're going to use some of that. To make a tag. And just before we stick that onto the card, we'll have some little flowers. So this is the flower punch from the Bitty Accents set, which is an amazingly useful set. I use it pretty much more than anything, I would say. So I'm just curling those up with my fingers, and I've got some rhinestones here, some basics rhinestones. These are lovely. On that side, on the small size. These are lovely. Really, really pretty. Two there, and I'll have one in that corner there. Right. Don't stick yourself to glue dots. It's not big and it's not clever. There you go. How's that looking? So now we're going to get out of the way and wind that around. Stay by. Could probably have done with having this maybe a little bit shorter, but hey, who knew? So, around the front. Tie a bow. Whoops. That doesn't work very well, did it? Go. And there we are. That's it. Here's the finished bag with the perfume oil held snugly inside. If you want the measurements or the cutting diagram or to find out more about the products that I've used, then please do check out my blog. You can find the details in the More About section underneath this video. That's it for now. Thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.